If you were looking to invest in Canada today, Manitoba probably wouldn't be the first place that comes to mind. But you have to realize Manitoba might quietly be one of the most stable, predictable, and strategically positioned economies in the country. It doesn't make headlines, it doesn't chase hype, and it doesn't sell dreams. What it does is produce, move goods, and keep operating year after year. Today, we're taking a serious look at Manitoba as an investment destination, the strengths and weaknesses, and whether this province actually makes sense for long-term capital. This is part of our Invest in Canada series. I'm your host, Peter Shields for North Omega. Let's get into it. Manitoba in context. Manitoba sits at the geographic center of North America. It has a population of about 1.5 million people and a GDP of roughly $76 billion. That puts it in the middle tier of Canada's provinces. Not massive, but far from insignificant. What makes Manitoba unique is not its size, its stability. The province has one of the most diversified economies in Canada, with strong representation in agriculture and food processing, manufacturing, transport and logistics, energy, life sciences, and aerospace and defense manufacturing. Unlike boom and bust economies, Manitoba tends to grow slowly, steadily, and predictably. That consistency matters to investors who value reliability over speculation. What Manitoba does well: agriculture and food processing. Manitoba is one of Canada's agricultural powerhouses. It produces grains, oilseeds, livestock, and processed food products that are exported across North America and overseas. The province isn't just farming, it's adding value through processing, packaging, and logistics. Food security is becoming a global issue, and Manitoba is well positioned to benefit from that long-term trend. Manufacturing and industry. Manufacturing remains a major economic pillar in Manitoba. The province has strong clusters in aerospace manufacturing, transportation equipment, heavy machinery, food processing, and advanced manufacturing. What makes Manitoba attractive is cost efficiency. Land, energy, and labor costs are generally lower than in Ontario or British Columbia, while productivity remains competitive. Transportation and logistics. This is one of Manitoba's biggest advantages. Winnipeg sits at the center of North America's trade corridor. The province is home to CentrePort Canada, one of the largest inland ports on the continent. That means direct access to U.S. markets, strong rail connections, air cargo infrastructure, and efficient road transport. For businesses moving goods, this is a major strategic advantage. Energy and sustainability. Manitoba also benefits from abundant hydroelectric power. Actually, I didn't know this. This provides stable energy prices, low emissions, and long-term energy security. For energy-intensive industries, this is a major competitive advantage, especially as carbon costs rise elsewhere. Investment climate and support. Manitoba actively markets itself as a business-friendly province. There are competitive corporate tax rates, investment and innovation incentives, support for manufacturing and export-oriented firms, and immigration pathways for entrepreneurs and skilled workers. The provincial government actively works with investors rather than against them, and regulatory processes tend to be more predictable than in some other parts of the country. That stability matters. It reduces risk, it shortens timelines, and it increases confidence. The real challenges. Okay, now we have to be honest. Manitoba isn't perfect. The province faces slower population growth, labor shortages in skilled trades, harsh winters that affect logistics and construction, and a small local consumer market. It's also not a place for hype-driven startups or speculative tech plays. If your business depends on rapid scaling, venture capital, or large urban markets, Manitoba might not be the right fit. This is a province built for operators, not hype merchants. Investment verdict. So is Manitoba worth investing in? The answer is yes, if you understand what it is. Manitoba is ideal for manufacturing, logistics and distribution, agriculture and food processing, energy-intensive industries, and long-term capital investment. Manitoba is not ideal for fast-growth tech startups, speculative real estate, trend-driven industries, or short-term profit strategies. Its strength is predictability, not flash. Final thoughts. Manitoba doesn't try to impress you, doesn't chase trends, it doesn't sell dreams, it just works. And in an era where volatility is becoming the norm, that kind of stability is really cool to hear about. If you're looking for real production, real exports, and long-term value, Manitoba deserves serious consideration. Most important, they're Canadian. This is part of our Invest in Canada series. If you want deep dives on every province, what works, what doesn't, and where the real opportunities are, subscribe, like, comment, share, click notifications. I'm sure I forgot one. This is North Omega. I'm your host, Peter Shields. Go play outside.